Hello, YouTube. It's Silver Age Dave. It's Friday. I put a video out earlier. That felt pretty nice. He had a question that I wanted to answer, and I thought no one's on YouTube that I could see live that I'm stepping on toes. I'm just talking here. I don't see anybody. Um, and I thought, well, heck, I'll just do a quick video, and maybe I'll answer a question someone had asked. Hey, Chris, how you doing, man? Uh, so I was feeling like maybe it's time for lunch, and I'll do a quick video. I don't know how fast this will be. I don't have a whole lot to talk about. Hey, Andy, Bubs is here. Bubs just put a video out a few minutes ago. Kind of cool. I caught a little part of it and then decided I was going to go live, so I'll have to catch the rest of that later. So when you guys are done here, check out Bub's Comics. Ben Compton, how you doing, Ben? Thanks for being here. I'm having a little lunch pop, and thought I'd say howdy to everyone on Friday. Hey, Roger Metarog is here. How you doing, Roger? Bad Avenger, holy moly. Some of my favorite people. You're all my favorite people, but hey, that's pretty cool. If you're not sub to each other, sub each other up. There's lots of great stuff in the community going on right now. As I take a sip. So, hey, Big Dog. Yeah, lunch pop. Absolutely. Got to have a pop, right? Big dogs. I wanted to answer a question. I put out my little video this morning announcing Fantasticon coming up next weekend. I've got a few YouTubers coming in, getting a hotel room. I got some local buddies. We're all just going to get together and talk comics and that kind of stuff. But Alex, a comic hoarder, had reached out, and he asked me a question about bagging and boarding. I had shown off my signed Michael Zeck books that are just in Mylar, and I'd gotten some new Mylights in. And he asked me if I use fullbacks or halfbacks, and I started answering his question in the comments, and I thought, boy, it's more complicated. Hey, Dre Boogie's in here, and Josh. How you doing, Josh? I thought that, the answer that's more complicated, and not to say I got a market cornered on, what to do. So you got to do what's best for you. But, the years I've been doing this, I've developed a system that works for me, and I thought it's easier for me to answer it just doing a video and talking about that stuff than it is to answer one person in the chat. So I've got some stuff out here, and we'll talk about that in a few minutes. Hunter Thompson, how you doing, Hunter? And so I thought I'd show off a couple of things real quick while we're gearing up, getting ready to get ready, so to speak. I have some local buddies that are, I guess you call them pickers. And they go to flea markets and swap meets and all that stuff. And anytime they get comic books, they give me a call like, hey, what do you think? And so they were at a flea market, it was probably a couple weeks ago now. And they panned across a shelf and they got me this Walking Dead, which I had showcased this before. A lot of people maybe aren't aware. There was a The Walking Dead series that was out before Image Comics had it, before Kirkman. And I think there was only 5 issues or so, maybe 10, but Aircell Comics had it. And this is number 4 now. The guy had $5 on it. I've got a few of these issues already, but I saw that and we negotiated down. So I think I'm in on this for $3 with the negotiated price. They also picked me up a pretty cool Gumby comic. They picked me up a couple rock and roll comics. I've got Kiss and Pink Floyd, which I think are pretty nice condition. Those are cool. And maybe a couple other things they got for me. Oh, you know what? I didn't even want to talk about this today, but I happen to find these. Bad Avenger or Metarog. Do you remember these coming out? This is from 1984. It's a pretty crazy issue. I wouldn't advise spending money on this. If you find it in a dollar box, that's fine. It was more a tongue-in-cheek joke that was done, so I was going to do a video on it, but it happened to be in the back of that stuff. All right, so hopefully everyone's Friday is going well, and you know what? I'm just gonna get right into the bag and board thing. Or since you guys are here, hold on a minute. Alex was just answering me, and I missed his reply. Um, I thought the room's coming along. I've been holding off on doing a room reveal for a long time. So if we get a few people in the chat that want to see the room, I thought I could do a quick pan around, give you guys an idea of what I've got going on. I'm going to take a peek here and see what Alex said. Yeah, he said only if you he said I can only make this video if I say it's a video response to my best friend Alex's question. Yes, absolutely, Alex. I'm saying it right now. So Alex Comic Hoarder, what an awesome guy. When I started thinking of making videos, he's certainly one of those guys that inspired me to make videos. So hopefully he jumps on here in a few minutes and I can answer his question. So that'll be awesome. You want to see? Okay, Metarog wants to see. I'm gonna drag my feet for a couple of minutes. I picked up a cool thing, and I'll show it as part of the little reveal. But it has to do with Joker 68. Look at that bad boy. That's an original pinback. I don't know what year it says on here. My eyesight's bad, so I can't read it. Comic Fan's in the house. How you doing, Comic Fan? So we got that Joker button, and I've got that in a place of honor in the room. I'll show that in a few minutes. But then I was organizing, and I happen to be, now this is a pretty beat copy, but this is Joker number 3. And I got a kick out of this. Attention all villains, this is my town, keep out. And that's how Silver feels sometimes. If I find out someone's hunting Toledo, then I get upset. But not next weekend, because everyone's invited. I did it. But then it's funny because it says, except for me, the creeper. And, I have my no creepers allowed little thing here. But I thought that's pretty funny that pinback looks almost exactly. There's a little more teeth detail in the comic. But I got a kick out of that, how that tied in together. So Metarog tends to be the expert on which artist did what. And so we'll see. Maybe there's some history behind this. Roger, if you want to do a video on that, I would love it. Okay, so I'm going to put that back. And I'll do... This is going to get shaky, guys. And I apologize in advance because I've never done this. I'm going to try to stabilize the iPad a little bit. I use these clips. I've got a little base that it stays on. And if you guys are sure, you might want to take some anti-nausea medication before I start moving around, because it could get crazy. You're putting the pressure on. Yeah, well, you know what? I'm giving you completely, you can go hog wild with it. And chances are you could make this stuff up and no one would know any different. So it's good when you got that kind of knowledge, Metarog. All right, so let me talk about these real quick since I've got this all set up. So Alex had asked, what do I use halfbacks or do I use fullbacks? What do I use when I'm bagging and boarding? And over, heck, I don't know, really 20 plus years that I've been more serious. I've had a little more budget. Quite a while ago, I decided to go with halfbacks. In its pure cost, I try to keep my boxes packed in a tight manner so the books aren't, flopping around. My cost on these, the way I buy them 1,000 at a time. So this is literally the box these boards get mailed in. There's 2 stacks of these that go in there, and I'm paying about $200 for 1,000 of those. So that, if my math is right, now correct me, I'm doing this on the fly a little bit. That puts me around 20 cents per board, and that's for current boards. I think silver boards are about the same. Golden might be a little bit different, but for, I buy them 1,000 at a time. That puts me about 20 cents. Now, if I'm putting something in a poly bag, like this Walking Dead comic would go in a poly, it's got to get re-bagged. It's in a silver bag. But the poly bags, I'm buying those 1,000 at a time. So those come in a box like this, and I'm using BCW generally. And I just want to precursor this thing. I am not sponsored. I don't get paid anything. In fact, the channel's not even monetized because I don't know how to do it. So I'm making no money. I'm not saying, oh, order from BCW and, tell them Silver sent you. You can tell them whatever you want. But that's who I like. That's who I've had the most success with is BCW for polys and for the boards. And the polys, when I get them 1,000 at a time, I'm looking at somewhere around 4 cents a piece. So literally for 14 cents, I can bag and board a comic, 13 to 14 cents, depending on if I try to negotiate things. And, hey, hi, is it Tranza? Any mangas? You know what? I have some, but the only mangas I have are things that I get because I bought a collection. I actually do have probably a long box full of them that I'm going to want to sell at some point. I can't locate them at the moment. They are somewhere, and I don't know where that somewhere is, to be honest. But when I find them, then I'm going to want to sell those because I don't read manga. I have a son I thought would like them, but he hasn't lit the world on fire reading them yet. So I think I'm going to sell those, answering that question. So back to this, I'm at 14 cents a piece for a poly and a halfback. My lights, I just bought these. It cost me just over $100. I got 500 of them. And so that puts me at another 20 cents. And so combined, now I'm looking at 40 cents for a Mylar and a halfback. And if it's a special book, if it's a higher, I'm going to grab a book just for reference sake. These happen to be sitting here. I've got a couple of these. And so if it happens to be a higher value book, something that I think warrants spending more than 40 cents, I will put 2 and sometimes even 3 halfbacks in there. And when I look up the cost of fullbacks, I think I'm still cheaper doing 2 halfbacks than doing 1 fullback. And, but I could be wrong. They take up less space is what I know. So I can fit more comics into a comic box. And if it's something that's so special, I'm putting 3 in there, it's thicker than a fullback. So, that's the good news. So that's my answer to Alex Comic Order, my best friend Alex, on my thoughts on halfback versus fullback. Okay, and frankly, I don't know. I've never bought fullbacks. When I look at buying a pack of 50 of them to to test them out, frankly, the cost per board is so high. Buying in a low amount like that, I like to buy them 1,000 at a time. 500 on my light seems to be the sweet spot. I haven't tried Mylar 4's comic fan. I've heard good things about them, but I'm the room. I don't have any kids coming in here. I don't have. I've got humidity is controlled. I've got lighting control. I've got everything controlled in here. And I haven't seen the need to go to My Lights 4. I'm not in here like playing frisbee, throwing the things around, or You know, it's just, I've been happy with really the price on these. And when it comes down to it, I do look at everything as a comic book. So if I'm drinking a cheaper beer, uh, you know, and I'm saving a buck, well, that's a comic book. Everything equates to a comic book. Wherever you can save a dollar, it goes to the comic room somehow, some way. And so that's my general answer on the on the fancier stuff. Now, if someone out there in the comic community wants to send me some things that I can test out for free, then I would love to test them out. I certainly, you know, I always have comics I can put inside of things, but I just haven't gotten to that point that that I want to buy 50 of something, and then you're losing your bulk purchase price. Okay, so hopefully that answers the question. Um, E. Gerber, yeah. Um, well, you know what? These are this wall of comics I have here. I'll show this in a little bit. This is all My Light 2s with halfbacks. And you know what? If I push on them, they bend a little. But if I push on a fullback, it's going to bend a little too. I truly feel as long as your boxes are in good shape, as long as the comics are in there with support on the ends, then the comics aren't going to flop around. You know, if you have a box that, say, this is the front of the box and the first comic is here and the stuff is laying this way, of course that's going to bend over time. That's gravity. I don't care if you have a fullback or a halfback in there, that's going to bend. So you want to make sure your comics are in there nice and tight. Josh, hopefully that answers your question. Um, so, okay, well, tell you what, wow, we got 22 people in here. That's incredible. Hopefully I didn't miss anybody, but maybe we'll do, I'm going to take another little sip of pop here. Now listen, here's the thing is, on my iPad, I'm not going to be able to see necessarily what you guys see. I'm going to be on a little delay. What I'm doing is I'm reading the chat in my iPhone. I'm tuned in here. So the 22 people, I'm cheating because there's really 21. I'm one of them. Hey, Funk Off is here. How you doing, Funk Off? So maybe we'll do just a quick spin around, and I'll give you guys a quick preview. I'm going to be doing some other stuff. Oh, you know what? Hey, before I do that, I found something kind of cool as I was going through boxes. This is literally, I think, from when I was in junior high. Okay, and this is going back a long way. This was, at a time, my Thor collection. And what I did was I literally wrote down each comic number and I'd put a little check mark. So this was my shopping list of things I wanted to buy and things I already had, and I put a check mark in it. Isn't that funny? And look, Journey in a Mystery page, I had all these things. Back then, number 93 was 10 bucks. And heck, that goes for a lot more now. But to go through, it's so funny because most of these I didn't have, but then it gets to the later issues like 142 and on, and I had a bunch of them. I just got a kick out of that. Might still have asbestos in there, yeah. Hey, the other thing, you know what? 285 for 1,000 bags and boards from E. Gerber. That sounds like a deal. Because for me, generally, for 1,000 boards is 200 bucks. For 1,000 My Lights, oh, 1,000 poly bags. No. That's not a great deal. I think you could be 240. And I'm, if you can shop locally, that's always good, Josh. But I would check out eBay. And I'd buy them separate. It seems to me when they package the thing, they're packaging some profit in. I buy 1,000 boards, and then I buy 1,000 poly bags, and the price on that is cheaper usually, and free shipping is how I buy these things. is usually cheaper. Hey, Exile State's in here. It's for Mylar boards. Well, heck, that's a really good price because I pay $100 for 500 Mylar, so that is a really good price. That's an incredible price. So I'll have to check out E. Gerber on that. So anyway, I showed off my little notebook. Hey, Mike Evans. Hey, you know what? I'm doing fine. I have a little bit of a sore throat. Not catchy, I think, from allergies, but shy of that, I've been working hard in the comic room. The place is looking clean, but that's deceptive because I've still got 20 or more long boxes to get in here, and I've got space for like 13. So I got to I got to do some thinning. But if you guys are willing, I'm gonna grab this iPad here that I'm filming on, okay, and I'm gonna just do a quick spin around. It's not gonna be a full room reveal, but I'll you know what, you'll see the whole room, but hopefully it'll be clear because I won't exactly see what you guys are seeing. I'm gonna give it a try, and hopefully it doesn't get too shaky. So sorry about this. Okay, so I'm gonna go over here to part of the room. We're on like a 5-second delay. This is part of the room that you guys have seen before. I changed around a few of the things, and I added a few things. So one of the big changes I made is that this corner, I'm going to try to point, this corner down here starts alphabetically with Action Comics. So at the end of this project, everything I have is going to be pure alphabetical with very few exceptions. I built a top for this. I'm going to have, you know, the boxes up here on top are going to be for either higher value comics or just special things of the day, or when I buy collections, they can go up there. I got out some of the flats. I think I showed these off for a Go-To Geeks contest or a video, and I ended up just taking a piece of cardboard and I made some background scenery. I thought, well, heck, I might as well put them guys in battle. And so those are the flats. And I'm going to try to keep up with comments. Hey, Rag718 is in here. I've got my Batman clock I picked up from my buddy Brad at Floatsome, and I've got some Megos scattered throughout. A lot of this is the same. I moved the record albums, and I got some of the Spider-Gwen stuff here on top, and I've got some games over there. Then, so basically this area here goes from, you know, the beginning of the alphabet, letter A, through the letter B, and then I custom built a cabinet. I couldn't figure out, the old room was kind of choppy, and I couldn't figure out how I was going to get the comics in here with the, you know, I had a little partition wall. So I custom built this wooden cabinet, plywood, and I was going to do a video on that, and just never quite got around to it. And but I built the cabinet to custom house, what is that, 4 times 8, so 32. They are drawer boxes. And Josh, I talked about earlier keeping the comics stacked neat and tight, so you can kind of see in there. I use foam and different types of cardboards to keep the comics in there nice and tight. I've got some stuff on top that I really, you know, stuff from my childhood, stuff I like. I built another rack up here on top. This was just scrap lumber and scrap items. I spent no money. I really didn't take a lot of care in building it, but just to custom build something to display some more comics. And I moved some of the Hulk stuff, some of the Batman stuff, and then I've got an Evel Knievel area, which I had an Evel Knievel area earlier in the you know, previous layout, but I wanted to get some more stuff so I could see it. Guys my age, Yeah, Exile, it's been 40 plus years in the making. So I've got an Evil Knievel room, and then I've got more toys and games and stuff up over there. And, it goes pure alphabet. So it's going, up and down. So the B's, C's, all the way across. And then I don't want to reveal the whole room, but I guess I'm revealing the whole room. I guess that's what I'm doing. So I didn't expect to do that. Thanks, Matt. I appreciate it. Hey, Kevin R is here. Kevin R is one of the guys coming to Toledo next weekend for Comic-Con. So that's pretty nice. We'll be hanging out, drinking a few beers maybe. So I've got some of this stuff up here. Kevin actually saw this room. He was here 3 weeks ago, and so I haven't made a lot more progress on alphabetizing, but I'm coming along. Bronze Age John, how you doing, man? Hopefully I'm not missing anybody. Matt, how are you? Matt ditched his class. Well, good. This is important too. Yeah, I got some fooms up there. When Stan Lee died, I wanted to, I've got Stan Lee in 3 or 4 different areas of the room. So yeah, good catch, Roger. I threw those up there, and just some of the toys and games. These are 3 of my favorite Far Sides. I used to have more of a corporate type job a lifetime ago, and so I had a Far Side calendar, and those are 3 of the ones I really liked. I won't go into them, but I always have those up. And more Evil Knievel stuff, and that wall. Nothing's really changed on this end of the room. I am going to be getting rid of all these trades down here. I'm going to be selling them. I don't know how, but I'm going to sell those. Maybe I'll put them on Craigslist. And that'll make more room for comic books and things of that nature. The G.I. Joe stuff I used to have kind of in a pocket in Evil Knievel. So I shifted that stuff around and changed up, the windows. I have the custom covers there, but I changed up a little bit how that stuff's laid out. I've got now a dedicated little G.I. Joe area where that stuff's all together. I've got a Star Wars area, MASH area. Anyone who remembers the old Vincenzo C. Creeper Finder right there, because Vin C, he loves to be creeped. So I made him, we got the Creeper Stopper for most of us. He wanted to be found. Hey, Dr. Von Chilla's in here. Dr. Von Chilla's been doing an awesome hometown. This is my, where I live. I love watching those Dr. Von Chilla. Those are great. This is my X-Men collection. Is going to be these 10 boxes. And so literally the room just wraps. It starts with A way on the far end, and it wraps around. I moved the Steve Austin stuff down a little bit, and then, of course, we've got the comic wall over here, and that hasn't changed a whole lot. I'll talk about that. I handpicked some issues that I thought were inexpensive, but tied together a certain time period. So, guys, I hope you like it. That's the sneak peek. Don't tell anybody. And I don't know. Luther Manning, he's going to come and creep me. Don't do it. No, if you're going to come here, tell me, because I need lots of help. I don't know how you can help me, but I probably need some mental therapy. I need some, who knows. So guys with the comic knowledge are always invited. Sort me out, straighten me out. That's what I need. So anyway, hopefully you guys liked it. I wasn't going to be on too long. We ended up with, oh, when did you get the Walmart comic display? Oh, Metarog. I'm going to move this stuff over. And my Walmart, my local Walmart, is a low-performing Walmart. And they were getting all of the 100-page giants until recently, and they stopped. They literally emptied that little rack of they had like the 3 packs or 5 packs, whatever they were selling, and it stayed empty for like 3 weeks. It was sitting there, and I talked to the store manager 2 or 3 times, and I went in, and fortunately they had the Swamp Thing issue. I got a couple copies of that, and I literally I picked it up off the shelf, and I walked it to the front desk, and I said, "Hey, look, I talked to the manager, 3 times. I don't think they're even stocking comics in your store anymore. Can I have this?" And I got permission from them. I got names. I got dates. I have it on the receipt. I'm on camera. Is getting permission to have it. So, Roger, you have a very good eye, my man. That's where that came from. But I'm protecting myself. If they ever come here and say they want it back, I'm going to say no. I have the proof. So that's what I got going on, guys. I'm not going to stretch this thing out. Maybe someone else wants to go live. I know Bub's Comics had a video that he had just put out. You can check that out. Erod was supposed to do a video today, but I didn't see it come out. So I'm going to probably check for that. And hopefully everything's going well. Hey, Knights Old, how are you? I completely skipped my older comic stuff. That's kind of tucked in that back corner, where it used to be. And anyway, there's more work to do. Hopefully your weekend is starting off well. Mine is starting off well. Other than I'm so thirsty. I don't know why I'm so thirsty today. All right, guys, I'm going to cut it there. Hopefully everyone's doing well. I so appreciate everyone stopping in, being part of this. So Knights Old, you're coming in late, but I appreciate you showing up. Metarog, as always, Comic Fan, Bub's Comics, Dr. Von Chilla, one of the big cats in the community. Exile State, right up with them. Luther Manning. We've got Write Read Books. Thank you so much, Write Read Books, for that. I love the room, but like I say, it took 45 years, to get to where it's at now. It doesn't happen overnight. Who else we got here? Kevin R. We've got Matt, Bronze Age John, Tranzu. If you know what. He had asked if I'd do a video on manga. If I find that long box, I'll do a video of it and show what I got, but I'm sure it's nothing special. Rag718 in the house. Always a pleasure to see you. Who else we have? Josh Sewell, Mike Evans, and Funk Off, Hunter Thompson. Oh, Comic Otaku. I didn't even see Comic Otaku in here. Love that channel. Another great guy. So many great guys. Guys, sub each other up. The community, there's so much great stuff. Check out Metarog's contest roundup if you want to see how vibrant the community is. I mean, it's really incredible how many guys are generously donating time and talent to make videos and have contests. I should be doing one soon. Dre Boogie, thank you. And Bad Avenger, Big Dogs 275, Ben Compton, Andy Wheatley. You guys are great. Chris, thank you for being here. Chris Winsky. That's it. I'm going to cut it off. You guys be awesome. I'm thinking of you. This is Silver Age Dave. I am out.